RBI versus central government. Reserve Bank of India versus central government. In RBI Act, there was section 7. There is a section called section 7 of RBI Act. According to this act, the central government might give some recommendations and directions to the RBI on public interest. Till date, after independence, till date, from 1947 to 2018, from last 71 years, this section was not invoked. Section 7 of RBI Act. There was an autonomy to the institution called RBI. There is an autonomy. Government have given autonomy. Now there is news that Urjit Patel, the present governor of RBI, might step down. Urjit Patel, the present governor of RBI, might step down. Why RBI is feeling that government is intervening in RBI's autonomy? What is actually going on between RBI and the government? Government, that is the finance ministry, will look after fiscal policy. RBI will look after monetary policy. RBI will look after monetary policy and finance ministry will look after fiscal policy. In the recent past, there are 2-3 issues that were going on between government and RBI. Government says because of the policies of RBI, NPAs were mounting, particularly policies during 2008 to 2014. Non-performing assets are mounting because of various policies of Reserve Bank of India. That was the allegation of the government. And government wanted to establish payments regulatory board. We all know from last 5-6 years, particularly after demonetization, most of the payments in India were digital. And payments regulatory board will be separately constituted and it will see the digital payments economy. Whereas RBI says payments regulation comes under the domain of RBI, central government should not establish separate payments regulatory board. If at all it gets established, it should work under RBI. It should work under RBI. This is the important thing. Last week, the Deputy Governor of RBI, Mr. Viral Acharya, have openly spoken about government interference in RBI. He said the entire economy will get affected if government intervenes in the functioning of RBI. The entire economy will get affected if government intervenes in the functioning of RBI. If government does not respect central bank's independence, it affects the entire economy, stock markets and even rupee value, all these things. Here, one more thing government does is the amalgamation of banks, merger of banks, all these things. Here comes in Nirvan Modi Punjab National Bank scam, government shows fingers on RBI. How far it is right, we have to understand. More importantly, government is trying to take some corrective actions regarding the economy, particularly NPAs, payments regulation, and also small banks. Government is putting a lot of restrictions on banks which fail in their commitments. And one more important thing is, in RBI, there were independent directors who are non-official directors. The non-official directors are asking more liberal norms to MSMEs. They are asking more liberal norms to MSMEs, micro, small, medium enterprises. But RBI is not allowing that. So that means NPA norms of various companies, small companies, should be liberalized. But RBI is not accepting. So all these things ended up in the spat between RBI and central government. So the institutions and government should work together. Otherwise, tomorrow institutions might not feel functional autonomy. At the same time, government also can give directions without intruding the autonomy of the institution. Publicly, RBI Deputy Director speaking like this, Deputy Governor, RBI's Deputy Governor speaking like this is a big thing which has happened last week. This I think is a major reason why yesterday government issued a clarification that government is going to do some corrective measures in all these issues. This is RBI versus central government. Whenever there is an institutional crisis in the country, might be CBI, might be RBI, might be any other institution tomorrow, you have to read that in detail. Section 7 is very, very important. You may get this question. Section 7 of RBI Act 1934. RBI Act came into force before independence. From independence till date, Section 7 has not been invoked. So, this is about RBI versus central government.